Yo. Alright, so today we got KD to the Rockets. So the Rockets, obviously receive KD. Suns get themselves Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, top 10 pick, a few second-round picks. Just want to kind of talk about that a little bit. I think that's great for the Rockets, dude. It's truly what they need. For the Suns, we'll get to that here in a few, but they're in such a weird spot, dude. But Rockets, everyone's going to be talking about it. They got their guy, KD, number one option. In the playoffs when they need that guy to score, hold up. In the freaking Game 7 Warriors series, that series that just wrapped up there, if they have KD, that could, be completely different. They just need that guy, and guess what? They got that man. They got that guy. So, that's one of your best offensive players in the league. I mean, he is, 36, 37, but, dude, that's a win-now move, and I like it, dude. Jalen Green has some potential, and he's going to become a better player, but, dude, you got a great team right now, dude. You got freaking Van Fleet, he's great. Amen Thompson, dude, he's really good. Like, dude, that's a good move, I think. So, just for, I'm actually excited to watch those guys. That just makes their team better overall, I believe. And what's crazy is, you're not losing a bunch of draft picks. You lose Jalen Green, and, he's a good player and everything. He needs to find himself in the league for sure. He's definitely needs to find, like I just said, his identity for sure. But, he's definitely shown some glimpses of greatness. So I think he'll be fine. But, like I said, we'll get to that in a few minutes. But, yeah, dude, I think great move. Great move for the Rockets, dude. They get their guy, dude, down the stretch, give it to him. I'm excited to see him in a Rockets jersey, dude, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun. But yeah, like I was saying, dude, it's crazy that you don't trade that much for him. You did not have to trade away that much. I mean, your most valuable thing, obviously Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, dude. I mean, he's a good player, but that's for a guy like Kevin Durant, dude. That's who you want to trade. Then the top 10 pick, that's good for the Suns, I suppose, but hopefully they can draft someone that's good in that with that top 10 pick. But yeah, dude, that's really a great pickup for the Rockets, and I'm glad that he went there. I saw, the three teams, I talked about it, the Rockets, Heat, and Spurs. I really kind of would have liked to see him in the Spurs because I feel like that team would have been great, but I'm glad that they didn't because they would have traded away too much, dude. And I'm glad that, the trade, I don't know, if they could have definitely, they were definitely looking at the Spurs, and, but they just aren't. I'm glad they didn't trade their good young core, so, but yeah, dude, he and the Rockets, that's two good landing spots. I'm glad he went to the Rockets because, dude, that's going to, like I said, that's going to be fun to watch next year. I'm actually going to be interested in watching some Rockets games for sure. Because, without, watching them this year, dude, it's tough when you don't got that guy, dude. I don't know, I'm not excited to, I hate to say that, but I'm not excited to watch Jalen Green play, which is not nice to say, but you know what I mean. Dude, you turn on the TV, KD's playing against the freaking whoever, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we'll talk about the Suns a little bit. Good pickups, I guess. They need to find their identity themselves, dude. Their D-Book's about 28. Dude, they gotta do something. That's one of your best players in the history of the franchise, dude. You gotta find something. You only have one finals appearance. I'm glad they did trade away KD because that's your first step. It just didn't work. It really didn't. They didn't do really anything. It just didn't work, that team there. And I think next they need to really think about trading Bradley Beal, or even Jalen Green's not even the greatest fit, but I think he can find himself, dude. But yeah, they need to they need to make some moves, and hopefully that top 10 pick can get them someone good in the rotation. They need it all, dude. But yeah, dude, they really need to capitalize on this D-Book era, because dude, D-Book is great too. I love his game, dude. The midi, I've talked about that before. The midi game he has, dude. But yeah, dude, I really the Suns really need to do something for sure. And I saw something, they want to keep Jalen Green, so I was kind of thinking they might want to trade him, but I think they want to keep him. So, that could help him develop, but they definitely should, I would say, trade Bradley Beal. You could probably get a good couple role players. That's truly what you need to go for there. Get you a good big man, but yeah, I'm real excited for that trade. First big trade. I'm not really sure what other trades there's going to be going on. I know Giannis is in the market, or they're talking about him, but I'm not sure if they even will go anywhere. But yeah, so yeah, that's really it, dude. I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about here. Well, I will tell you that it's kind of cool that, all the OKC players, KD, Russ, Harden, they all played for the Rockets, too. I thought that was kind of funny. But, yeah, I really hope the Rockets can do good. I'm rooting for them a little bit, I'm always going to be rooting for my Knicks, but whatever. I really root for all the teams. So I like to see all teams succeed for sure. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a great fit, and I'm real excited to watch them for sure. But and they got that young team, dude. They're gonna keep developing. Like I mentioned earlier, Amon, dude. He's gonna be like an all defensive player, dude. He's so good. He's a freak of nature for sure. But then you got Van Fleet, Sengun to post up, and then you don't gotta really necessarily rely on Sengun, because down the stretch, get him in the post. He's going to get some buckets, but you need some jump shooting. That's something the Rockets definitely lacked on. Space creation, drive, kick, pull up, midi. And KD is that's what they lacked. And KD is the ultimate midi space creator that you want all time. If you could pick anyone all time, you got KD, dead serious KD. I mean, he's still, I don't want to say he's out of his prime, because he's still averaging 26, 25 and 4, something like that. But he's getting older. But this is your time to make a run for the playoffs, because dude, the team like that really can. I think they would be able to beat that Warriors team if they had KD for sure. Especially with them, they came back from down 3-1, dude, and I think they're in good shape for sure. But yeah, I want to see them make a good deep playoff run. I want to see the Suns succeed. I'm gonna make a separate video of this too, but I'm gonna talk about it for just 1 minute. Did just watch the game 7 of the finals. Unfortunately, it wasn't necessarily a classic. I'll tell you why here. I'm sure you guys are aware. Halliburton got hurt first quarter, dude. I think he tore his Achilles, dude. That sucks. The heartbreak he had in his eyes, bro, when he got to the floor is so unfortunate. He started off 7 minutes in, dude. He's sliced 3 threes, dude. He's just shooting 3 for 4, and then he dives for it, and you could tell immediately that's heartbreaking, dude, for the Pacers. But they played their butts off, dude. But it's gonna be tough. It's really gonna be tough for when your clutch guy, your superstar, is not in the game. It's unfortunate. Pacers had a great season, and yeah, congrats to the Thunder. I hope Halliburton is good. I hope he can come back. Same thing with Tatum, dude. It sucks. It really does, dude. In the biggest game, dude, that's a whole different story if he doesn't get hurt. TJ McConnell did his best to, help him out, and he's a bucket getter. He plays with heart. But like I said, just wanted to talk about that real fast. But yeah, that's really all I got. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna make a video talking a little bit more about that game. But yeah, just want to say congrats to them. hopefully Halliburton gets better soon. He's a great player, and I hope he can come back next season, keep doing his thing. And, you know, congrats to the Rockets, congrats to the Suns, but I'll catch y'all later. Peace.